Hello, everybody. For the first time on YouTube, I'm actually live on YouTube right now and on Twitch. I finally figured out how that works.
On YouTube.
Hopefully that's coming
I'm
out all right. But I was
live on
trying to
YouTube
check
right now
it
and on
myself,
Twitch, but I
and
finally
it
figured
looks
out how
like
that works.
it's
On
good.
YouTube.
Hopefully that's coming out all right. But I was
live on YouTube
yeah,
right now and on Twitch,
I'm sorry.
but I
Actually,
finally
looks
figured out
like
how that works.
once it's good. Hopefully that's coming out all right.
But I was
live on
like,
YouTube
yeah,
right now and on Twitch.
I'm sorry. Actually,
looks like once it's good. Hopefully that's coming out all right. Okay. Yeah, so we're live on Twitch and YouTube. I'm super excited to be doing that because I think a lot of people
so we're live on Twitch and YouTube.
they find like using YouTube a bit easier than going on Twitch.
We're live on Twitch and YouTube.
Personally, if that's the case as
They
well.
find like using YouTube
A bit of an echo with the audio at the moment.
Oh, really?
Personally, if that's the case as
They
well.
find like using YouTube
A bit of an echo with the audio at the moment.
Oh, really?
Personally, if that's the case as well.
Thanks for that comment.
A bit of echo with the audio at the moment.
Oh, really?
Personally, if that's the case as well.
Thanks for that comment.
Okay, if I have headphones on, is that better? Is that better? Okay, if I have headphones on, is that better? My Twitch audio is also broadcast. Is that better? Okay, if I have headphones on, is that better? Okay. How's that? Hello? Okay, actually, I think I'm good. And I don't think that is actually headphones. Problem solved. Okay, so I think that was my desktop audio. Oh, actually. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I don't actually think. I don't think it's headphones. I think I just had something. I just had it open. Okay, I turned my desktop audio back on. If it comes back, please let me know, and then I'll turn it back off. But I think it should be okay now. Sorry about that, everybody. So I was saying, I think you can probably fix it OBS side or browser side, whichever is best. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if it's fixed now. And I think it's good. But yeah, so as I was saying, I think I know the issue. I just had the stream open on another window because I was checking if things were going through, and then I forgot to close it, and that was the issue. Okay, so I was saying I'm super excited to be on Twitch and YouTube for the first time. I know a lot of people have expressed that they find watching on YouTube a lot easier, and I'm really excited to be on both platforms now. It was actually quite easy to do, and I'm kind of disappointed with myself for not doing it earlier, but it's okay. Here we are. Yeah. So today I was thinking of doing some Big Macs. This is the list that we're looking at here is essentially Rotom's list. So Rotom's list at Worlds was exactly these 60 cards, except for Rotom had a third Deuce's Wild instead of the DJ Fenris. And I think based off of what I've been trying out and stuff, the DJ Fenris is actually quite good. And it's really easy to like have a DJ Fenris on the board, have him paw down, and get a single out of HQ every turn, and you can get some pretty good value out of DJ. So that's the only change. Other than that, it's the exact same card for card as what Rotom brought to Worlds. And yeah, Big Max hasn't been something that I've played much, to be honest. And it's always been other people play it and they tell me how good it is, and I haven't played it that much. So I need to start looking into that. So that's what we're doing today. Rotom didn't have a DJ Fenris. Dang, can't believe you Sharks didn't take this down. I'm sad. I think in Rotom's write-up, he said that like one of the harder matchups is Yellow Glacier, because he said something like, I was reading this yesterday. He said something like, if your meta has a lot of Yellow Glacier, then you take out the Aeneas Informants for a DJ Fenris and a Falsified, and I was like, okay, so it sounds like your deck has a little bit of an issue against Yellow Glacier. And that's exactly what I was playing and like my group was playing. But I think he beat one of them. I think he beat an Azmari, but I'm not sure who it was. Yeah, it was sad. I played Steve, and I really just should have just stuck with Apoc Max that tournament. And I would have had a much better way of making it into the cut. But unfortunately, some early sweeps kicked me out, and I wasn't able to get there. But again, it was just, even if I had made the cut, and then I'd be playing Steve, and it'd be a pretty big uphill battle. Since I chose not to bring Apoc Max. It's okay. Always next year, right? This is actually, the setup here is actually really nice, because I can actually see chat on both sides, but I think like chat can't see each other, because I think on Andre's stream he has the restream have like integrate the two chats, and I think you have to pay for that. And in the meantime, House Hippos have nothing to prove. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, next Worlds I'm going to be going from Vancouver, and I'll actually be in Vancouver. Hopefully we'll get to prep a lot in person, and looking forward to that. And yeah, hoping that the workload in law school won't be too bad, but I've heard it might be. Okay, let's jump into some Big Macs. I think I have the deck in here. Big Macs. Yeah. Okay. I get to type this for the first time, that I'm live on Twitch and YouTube. Big Macs. Yeah, a bit of follow up from last week. I've been playing some Congress Wu still, and it's still feeling really good. Yeah, so I don't know, it seemed like a really good deck, but when I was testing it, it was kind of on the edge of it's really good, but I just had a feeling that it's not quite there, and I wouldn't quite be as comfortable enough yet for the purposes of U.S. Nationals. But I'm playing it more, and it's doing really well, and I'm very surprised about how good I'm feeling about it, because I kind of felt that there might be issues with the card draw, and that it might be just a little bit too slow, and relying on Proco is a little risky, but it's actually been fine. And I've played many games, and that's not even exaggerating it, where I'm playing against a Wayland and they score above the law and they trash my Proco, and I find my way through. Okay, let's go. We played against this Azmari last week, and this we played Congress Wu against this Azmari last week. And what happened? They installed a daily quest behind a toll booth turn 1, and I didn't just go check it, and I should have. Botulus is really good, so I think we actually just keep this hand because of Botulus. Because you might otherwise throw this out, because Laborites and Stargate is not good. Like, Laborites isn't good because we have cards in our deck still, and Stargate is kind of a closer that we don't want to just invest money in early. They kept their hand, and they went ICHQ, Hedge Fund, draw. So that's good for us. It gives us time to set up. MK Paladin. So we'll just install 3 cards, and I guess we check R&D. Just because we think they're on Azmari Glacier. Because like last week we played against this person and it was Azmari Glacier, so we should check. Oh, I should have installed the Pata first. That was bad. Nice. Yeah, that's why you take your free accesses. Okay, we're looking for daily quest. Yep. Then we're going to put a botulus. We'll have to play around toll booth, so we'll have to run with 4 credits, which should be doable here. And then we'll probably get another freebie on R&D this turn. Oh, another gamble. That's so good. No reason to install the hippo, so let's play the gamble. Let's put the botulus on here, and let's run. There's the toll booth. No black orchestra. Let's break it. If I installed the hippo, I'd be able to trash it, but then they probably also wouldn't res. So we could just go for the toll booth again next turn. We'll just I can't steal Bologna, so let's draw. I could have checked the top of R&D, but I could only steal it if it was send a message, and we'll just save the click. Another card in server 1. Double advance. So that's Bologna. Polop, overclock. So if we go in laundry R&D, we are giving them Azmari triggers, but that's okay because we get $1 back, and we kind of need the money here. So if we go dirty laundry R&D, install hippo, run, we gain 4. We go to 8. We install hippo, we go to 6. We don't have enough to steal Bologna. Is that fine? Yeah, it's fine. We'll just get rid of a toll booth. This is totally fine. Bile vault. Sure. I don't know if this run's worth it, but I kind of like taking advantage of the fact that we can trash the toll booth. It's NGO. Okay. Freebie on R&D? No. We might be letting send a messages slip through, but it's okay. We got 3 points. Trashing pad tap. Hardening news time? We'll see if they have it. But from what I remember, because we played against this player last week, and they seem to be on full Glacier, like Bile Vault and Vlad Grid, and that's what we've seen, right? We've seen Bile Vault, and usually if you have Bile Vault, you don't have Hardening news, especially in Azmari. Like if you're playing Acme, I can see you playing both just because you have the deck slots. But in Azmari, if you're playing 44 cards, you don't have the deck slots for the Glacier suite and also hard hitting and have something to back up hard hitting. That seems like a tall ask. Let's try to draw here. Okay, we're just gonna get the Paladin down. Does Vladgrid tell you anything about their agenda suite if you see it? So, last week, and the thing is, like, I guess I'm kind of cheating because I played them before, but usually when you have Vladgrid, you're thinking 4-2s, but it actually works quite well in a 5-3 suite because you can have the Vladgrid down and have a Bile Vault down, both unadvanced, and then you can install 5-3, double advance the Vladgrid. And what that does is you can that lets you score the 5-3 next turn by triple advance and then transfer, or you can protect the 5-3 by transferring to the Bile Vault, but you only do that if needed, which I quite liked. That seemed pretty appealing. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're on. But also last week we saw 15 minutes. So I don't actually know what their agenda suite is, because we saw 5-3s and we also saw 15 minutes. So unless they're playing 19 points with 6/5/3s in a 15 minutes. I'm not sure what else they might have. Okay, we're setting up a remote, and I don't have money, and this deuces gives them money. Cass is excellent. And then Aeneas, I guess we install it, because why not? Surely it's a wholesome fly on the wall, EOI. Yeah, Sanjay, I thought that was a cool interaction as well. Because when I looked at Vladgrid and then I considered the Azmari 5/3 suite, I was like, oh, like it doesn't actually synergize that well. But you can actually save yourself some clicks by putting Vladgrid and Biovault and just using that to advance the 5/3. And also it's like you're double advancing and you're not committing to the agenda either. Double advance. Naming event. And we already trashed Maw. This is awkward. Okay, we're just gonna try to moshing. That works. This is why I hate Vlad as fast events. Wait, why is that? We scored send their message. Okay. Yeah, we weren't in a money position to contest that, so I'm actually kind of okay with that. Mad Dash in hand is amazing. Because hopefully we can find a hippo. There's one in the bin and there's one that's been used. So there's one hippo left in the deck. And we can like Stargate Agenda, and then Mad Dash Archives, and that's probably the game plan. Until then, we can put down Maw and then hit the Liberated 3 times. I don't even know if putting down Maw is worth it here. It might be. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we might just like moshing away this Maw. Or not. We're giving them event money. It's fine. Wow. Okay, now we'll put the Maw down. I think I'm triggering their ID a bit too easily, though. AA Vlad. Events Fans Flag can be threatening enough on its own without seamless fast advance gimmicks. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a 3-res card. It's gotta be good, right? Stall Interpreter 2, credit. Naming event. Lost Rizeki. We've got I've Had Worse Moshing, which is pretty cute. I think we just like hit the Liberated 3 times. We don't want to run into a Hydra here. Or do we? Is it okay if we run into a Hydra? No, not really. Because we could I've Had Worse and moshing and try to get a hippo down and just set up. We do give them money. I think I'm okay with that. DJ is not that good here. Man, we're just going to throw the moshing out because we're drawing all our good cards now. Alright. Fine. And then we're going to start drawing bad cards. We're going to play moshing. I think moshing... We just throw the Laborites out. Because we're not going to get there. Yeah, we're going to throw the Laborites out. So we have a third one in hand. They fire Ishida, that's fine. I like the idea of Corpse having versatile threats, but haven't played versus it to have an opinion. Can we money up here, then next turn force Res on HQ by threatening Maw, then install Stargate, maybe end it? Yeah, we're looking for that for sure. Vlad reversed Econ Warfare at home. The issue, Doomrat, is I if I run HQ and they res a Hydra, I'm kind of concerned. But we definitely want to try to run here, I think. Oh, we found the rebirth. Oh, let's go. Okay. Do we rebirth now and pick up... We could do something like Hippo Botulus. Those are both highly, highly valuable cards. But also then they ice archives, and we don't like necessarily want that. So yeah, let's force an HQ res, I think. Let's hit the Liberated once, just so we have money. Let's force an HQ res. Don't be Hydra. Because we might, if it's Hydra, we might just let it fire. It's Tollbooth. 3, 6, 9. That's fine. We'll say no. We're gonna let that. We're just gonna bounce off that, and then I think we'll try to Stargate next turn. We're not gonna rebirth yet. Yeah, they don't have the money to Vlad grid and defend R&D. So we're just gonna hit this and pitch the moshing. We won't reveal anything in our hand. Our hand is so loaded right now. You know, Vlad reversed Econ Warfare at home. Might not be... That might be legit. Install, pop the Vlad, pop the reversed. Seems pretty good. Okay, so this was the play pattern that we saw before. Double advanced Vlad grid, Biovault's already in the remote, install 5-3. The issue is they don't have the money to be making this play. So I'm a bit confused as to why we're doing this. We're naming event. We lost a Hippo, so we can now DJ double Hippo. If I poke the remote... They have to res something, right? We'll just Stargate. Yeah, we just Stargate. They can't res. Unless this is NGO friend. In which case they have to like res Vlad grid, transfer tokens to NGO, pop NGO. Which doesn't seem like a correct play. Or, like, it doesn't seem like something that they would have done last turn. So the best that they could do here is pop Biovault. And if the double advanced card is Biovault, then we'll contest the remote. Hydra, Predictive, Spin Doctor. Trash the spin, right? The Hydra is actually not a concern because they don't have money. And then when they do have money, it will be a concern. Let's trash the spin. I think we can keep them away from money. Okay, we have to run the remote now. Which is fine. Like, we'll Black Orchestra through the toll booth. We have to run this because we would lose to 15 minutes if we let them score. But with 4 credits, I don't see how they protect this and score next turn. Like I think they were banking on me playing an event. Interesting. We can just Aeneas everything. Like, we're rezzing Vladgrid and popping Bileball, right? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So I could even, like, look to Mad Dash it next turn. Whatever I do, don't play an event here. If I install Aeneas, next turn we can gain money. Sure. Spinning a Rashida in here, I'd bet. Yeah, no, they were just jamming. They were just hoping that I don't run. But if you force the Vladgrid Biovault, then they just can't score. Like, I can leave this for another turn, which I'm going to. Let's Stargate. Just don't play. Okay, they named program, so don't install a program. Because if we just keep them poor, I think we're doing good. Also, the top card is Planogram. If we trash the Planogram and the next card has a trash cost, we can just go and farm it for money. But it's Hydra, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so we hit the Planogram here and we give them the Rashida. Does that seem okay? That seems okay. And then I think we rebirth Omar and we Omar run into HQ. Do we want to DJ as well, just to pick up a Hippo? We could DJ to pick up a Gamble. Yeah, let's get the DJ rolling. Steve. Rebirth. Omar. Hit Omar. Might even pick up Liberated. Or Overclock. Gamble. Or Overclock. Or Hippo. Or Liberated. We're gonna do Gamble. Hydra, okay. And we maw the Hydra. That's sad. We wanted to access a trashable card there, so we get $2 off the Aeneas. Icing Archives. Okay. Card new remote. I'm wondering how much we leave the card in server 2. Because if we can... We're naming program again. Wow. So we can res here? That's fine. Okay, so let's Stargate. I don't know. If we can Stargate and Omar run every turn, then we can just leave the card in server 2. But at the same time, we could just Mad Dash it, because I'm pretty sure that's an agenda in there. Magnet. Sure. Send a message. Oh, shoot. There's a Spin Doctor on the board. Or is there? I should have checked the card. This was bad. If this is a Spin Doctor, I might just lose. No, I won't lose. Because I could lose the Librites, but we could Omar it back. I should have checked that card. That was so bad. This is why we play these games, right? So that you can practice. Yeah, it is spin. That was so bad. Man. Yeah, that was so bad. Okay. That was so bad. Oh no. Gotta focus more. That's the thing. Okay, I think here we pick up the Hippo. Or Botulus? Botulus is really good. What's something that they wouldn't give me? I feel like I can get a Botulus here. Let's go Botulus Hippo. The thing is, they should give me the Hippo, because if I really wanted Hippo, I could just offer double Hippo. Oh yeah, you're right. Mad Dash is another card that they wouldn't give me. So yeah, maybe Mad Dash Botulus was the play. I don't know. This is actually fine, because if they give me the Hippo, that just means like I have, like, next time I can offer Hippo Mad Dash. So there's 4 very high value cards here. They're giving me the Hippo. Okay. They got border control. Yeah. I'm so disappointed that I tunnel visioned on Stargate. That was very disappointing. Okay, they named program again. There's like IP block on archives, right? That's what the ice is. Unless they're on Thimble Rig. Don't forget to clear the spinny this time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind. So let's do that. They called hardware. Because they know we have the Hippo. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have trashed that. I shouldn't have trashed that. I should have just farmed that for money. That was a misplay as well. But that's fine. Sure. They didn't call program, so we'll break this with clip just to get it down with the paladin, and we just won't install the Hippo this turn. And then we pick up a liberated here. Do forget, think of the content. I get hosed by the same naked spin doctor twice. That would be content. That would be content. What else do we need? There's another Rozeki in the deck. There's another Pad Tap in the deck. And I think there's another Liberated in the deck. Yeah. Rozeki, Pad Tap, Liberated. So that's actually some pretty good cards left in the deck. Draw a card, install spin, draw a card. Nice. We're on no money. I think we run this remote at some point. I'm just wondering if we do it now. Because we could like clear the liberated and then we Omar for an overclock and then we overclock the remote. It seems fine. Oh, we're naming event. Okay. So I can Hippo now. But I have to clear the spin. We're going to remember. So let's run the spin doctor. And then we'll install Hippo, hit the Stargate, and then that is all of our money. So we're not going to be able to actually get the agenda this turn, but that might be okay. They're shuffling Predictive and an Unseen card. So there's, unless they have preemptive, they don't have recursion left because they have an attitude adjustment in the bin. So let's install this and let's hit the Stargate. Alternatively, we could Omar run. I kind of like this better though. Planogram IP block magnet. Okay, you can have the magnet. Planogram IP block magnet. Okay, and then we can actually just run here and trigger Maw. How do I feel the matchup is? It's harder than most, I think, for Big Max. Yeah, I was talking at the start that I think like Rotom wrote that like if you're meta, it sounded like if Yellow Glacier was popular, then you'd have to make a couple edits. But that might just be to really make the matchup good, and otherwise it's good enough. Was what he meant, but I'd imagine that's not the case. Because to me, if I was playing Azmari Glacier and I was against Big Max, I think I would feel fairly comfortable. Yeah. Why is the chat log not scrolling? That's odd. Oh, I never turned on my decklist thing. I'll do that next game. Planogram game 3, install advanced name event. Okay, so we've got an NGO front, and that's what's going on. Let's force it. This is where we like die to Urtica Cypher, right? Magnet 15 minutes, hedge fund. Fine. We might actually push the remote next turn. Or like he might try to score on the remote next turn, which is concerning. We'll go take the 15 minutes though. I think we hit the Liberated just instead of triggering Maw. Just so we can actually maybe contest the remote. They're hitting the 15 minutes back. Yeah, so that makes sense. We might Omar run for overclock. Then we'll go and overclock the remote. Or we could Omar run for Hippo Mad Dash. And then keep up the R&D pressure. That might work as well. Do we get wrecked by Hydra here? No, it's fine. Hippo Mad Dash? Because I could hit Liberated twice and run the remote. Okay. If we hit Liberated twice, run the remote, we go to 15. It costs us 9 to break the toll booth, so we go to 6. And then we need to access with 3 credits. So we have 3 left to break the ice that's there, which isn't going to work. But also we could just force them, like we could force a res and have that be that. Mad Dash Hippo is pressure. Overclock is also pressure. If I press the remote and they advance, that could be an issue. But not really, right? Because they'd have to take more time to do other stuff. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna double hit the liberated and run the remote. And then they're gonna res something. And then we'll probably go an Omar run. Last click. This could be wrong. Oh, okay. That is that fine? 369, 10, 11. 369, 10, 11. They have to pop the border control. And then Paladin's going to trash something, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's just break the credits and bounce. We might come back next turn, depending on what they do. But we'll bounce here. Okay, and then we Omar run. Now they're below 10, so they can't they can't res Toll Booth, they can't res Hydra. Unfortunately, Paladin's going to trigger, but it is what it is. Okay, so we go HQ, we use the Steve ability, and we can either pick up... It's not going to be Mad Dash anymore. Oh, actually, we could pick up Mad Dash Hippo. Because we can threaten hippoing the border control. That's actually quite good. But we're really short on money. There's a liberated in the deck. Picking up Overclock is good. Maybe Overclock next turn. Let's do this just to scare them. Mad Dash Hippo is a very scary thing. We missed the border control, so they still have a border control in hand. And Paladin's going to ditch something, and it's either going to be the Orchestra or an Aeneas Informant. And it's probably Aeneas Informant. But we also got the Hippo, so we like Hippo R&D, and we can gain a bunch of money that way. Then Aeneas is good. Okay, let's hit the Orchestra. We'll see if Aeneas pays off. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do. If they don't protect the border control, then we go and Hippo this border control. Oh, that doesn't seem right. That does not seem right at all. Okay. Yeah, that seems not right. Oh, am I short on money? No, right? 3, 1, 2. So it cost me 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, am I short on money? I am short on money, aren't I? Shoot. 11, 12, 11. Thinking. I should have thought this through before slamming the Hippo on the board. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. They can res the border control now. Oh, but also we put the hip on the board anyways, because we'll just Stargate if we don't. I have to like run R&D for Aeneas money? And then I force them to res the inner ice? Let's run R&D. I really want to hit R&D right now. If they draw and score 15 minutes, we have to get the remote. Yeah. Let's see what this is. Okay, that's perfect. So now I can actually I can Aeneas twice and then go for the remote if I want. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 18. Is 18 enough money? We get to hippo the border control if we do that, so. Also, but if we trash the daily quest and then Stargate, I could just win that way. $10, $12, $2, $4, $5, $6. So I have $1. So if they can res this piece of ice, then I can't get in. Okay, let's go for R&D win. Okay, so 15 minutes in the bin, and then we run R&D, and we steal the Bologna. We might also, no, we probably just steal it. We could also just maw off of it, but can you force the game to go long enough that R&D depletes? Yeah, I think so. Especially with the stuff that's trashable in here. Okay, so let's take this. So now they have 3 cards left. Let's get rid of the Aeneas Informant. So now they score, and then we Stargate, and then we just win after that, I'm pretty sure. We can res R&D ice. They don't have enough turns to win, unless they have a way to shuffle a card back. Which I don't see one. Yeah, they have to have preemptive. Oh yeah, I was playing around Bologna the whole time. Man. Which is good to do. Just run archives. Yeah, that too. Oh, Joe, I think you missed it, but earlier in the game they installed a spin doctor naked, and I just tunnel visioned into Stargating, and I Stargated the agenda and went and mad dashed archives, and as I played the mad dash, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get spin doctored, and then we did. I don't know why I typed an and in there. I missed my daily quests from last week. Yeah. He installed a daily quest and stuck it last week. And I kept the botulus in my hand to deal with that. Yeah, Sanjay, I completely agree. Interesting how you fit the 15 minutes into a 40 card ID. And from what I've seen, yeah, of course you wouldn't have missed when not streaming. I like to think that. Um, yeah, it looks like they are just on 19 points. I have not seen an EOI. I have not seen an EOI. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. It might just be on headline instead of the third send a message, but for their score plan purposes, that doesn't make sense because you wouldn't ever score the headline because it never gets you to 7. If you have a headline in your score area, you're scoring to 8. So that seems odd. So you'd probably be just on 19 points and have 7 agendas. Yeah, this reminds me. Here, I'll cue the next game first. Ooh, Brandon's on, playing his Argus. Yeah, runner. Maybe we'll try to catch Brandon. He's playing against Val. We have a lot of games going on right now. 18. It's pretty good. That game reminded the Spin Doctor thing reminds me of I think in my mind the cleanest, like the tightest game of Netrunner that I've played, and by that I mean I don't think I made any misplays, and I made some really really good, like made sure I checked everything and covered all my tracks. Was the APAC Continentals final against Ranji, where I was playing APAC Max against Ranji Sports, and in that game, it was a Stargate plan, but I really like Ranji really forced me to balance checking remotes and running other places, and I really felt like I did that very well in that game. So that kind of, well, the mistake reminded me of that. Hedge fund nice R&D, new remote, fine. We've got double pad tap, which is kind of insane. So we'll just liberated pad tap. He asked for my Argus and explicitly didn't want the Mwanza one. So uncultured. Yeah, Joe, I'm dual streaming to YouTube. First time. It's actually predictive upgrade on R&D. It's actually quite easy. I thought it was going to be a bit harder, but it's actually... I'm pleasantly surprised at how easy it is, and I'm disappointed I didn't do this earlier. There was a section at the start of the stream where there was like a really bad echo. So I don't know. In the VOD, I might try to cut that out if I can figure out how. Yeah, I might try to cut that out. We're just gonna keep installing money. We're looking for a moshing here to get our paper clips away. Andre makes it sound complicated. Well, Andre pays for it, I think. It's like a small fee to restream, and then he's able to integrate the two chats so that the two chats can see each other. Whereas the way that I'm doing it right now, that doesn't happen. Is Aeneas Informant worth it? I guess. It's always worth it, right? Once they stack, the first one is underwhelming, but then after that, they seem good. Yeah, I think I'll just do this and just have two two different chats, and then when one happens, I'll just read it out loud. We're arc lockdowning a paperclip. I have another one in hand, but that is good to know that we are on arc lockdown. I just sit around and get more money, right? We're going to hold this paperclip. Because the fact that they chose paperclip tells me that there's a barrier somewhere. And we're going to pretend like we don't have our paperclip and see if they jam. Unless we... Yeah, actually, I'm very happy sitting around and doing nothing for now. Bold to just fire lockdown in the first clip to hit the bin. Yeah, it is, hey? But now we're just jamming an agenda. Wait, but we have 3 credits. Run server 1? Okay. Fire? We could, like, remove tag, install ma, run HQ, and then we could actually get tagged. Do we care? Do we think this is an agenda? If this is an NGO, you don't res the ping, right? So this is definitely an agenda. So let's clear the tag. And then I think we, like, install ma and dirty laundry HQ. This has to be NGO. Or, sorry, it has to not be NGO. There's a boom. Do we care about a boom? No. We'll go and maw something else instead of the boom. Fly on the wall headline? Maybe. This is, but it shouldn't be, because we're playing a 40 card deck and there's echo chambers, so this should just be a 5-3. So just like install clip out of hand and run it. We should run HQ first. Install DJ run HQ. Pick up a laundry. Install paperclip. Laundry the remote. That seems better. Oh, unless this is a barrier. What is that? Okay. Take a tag to bypass? No. No. Steve ability? Yes. Let's pick up a laundry, I'm pretty sure. Access ping. Install clip. Laundry the remote. If this is headline, we'll lose the DJ, but oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that like it's a 5-3. Cuz based off of the echo chamber, they wouldn't have another agenda in their deck. Like they wouldn't have other 5. Like they wouldn't have non-5-3 agendas in their deck, and also because they res the ping, they wouldn't res a ping to protect NGO front. They cleaned up Fenris prompt to only offer legal IDs. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I did not even notice that. Huh. Yeah, they used to you used to be able to Fenris illegal IDs. Love me some sync. Hello. Wanna fight? Let's see if Brandon wants to fight us. We're gonna play against Argus. That's actually a fun match. He walked away for a moment. Authenticators in need include. It's like, I don't know. When it came out, you had like Authenticator, IP block, Newshound. You had a bunch of 2 res 4 strength, and be nice. And then it was just unfortunate that Authenticator's the worst one. It's interesting though. Like it's good early when you don't have breakers and you're just going and face checking things, because nobody's gonna take a tag and bypass it, and if they do, that's fine in the early game. And if they don't do that, then it gains 2 credits end the run, which is pretty much the corpse equivalent. Like the corp gains a benefit equal to you taking a tag. So it's like it's cool design. But the problem is that if the runner ever decides to go tag me, then you can just walk through it. And you don't want to have too many ice like that in your deck that does that. Newshound wouldn't be great if scarcity didn't exist. That's fair. I don't know, you could play like targeted marketing. Targeted marketing is a neat card as well. Mainly Authenticator just exists for me to think about its awkward interaction with Jasminder and nobody else to think about at all. That's good. Is this... I wonder who this is, who I'm actually talking to. It's always a mystery who the king is with. Someone else joins. Okay, yeah, we're not sure how long Brennan's going to be, so I'm going to jump into a different game. And then maybe we'll finish that one fast, so... Just like this one. This one was 6 minutes. Although it was a concede and it wasn't actually... You didn't actually go and, you know... Oh, he's just back? It's definitely not apparent by looking at Vancouver's Discord. Is it... See, I don't have Discord open right now. This is a bad hand. Let's check the Discord. Is it Jonathan? Koshi's the guess. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, let's throw this out. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right, what's happened? Install. Start turn. Our hand is not great. Against Argus, moshing, or sorry, not moshing. Polop doesn't. It stops Rashida, is what Polop is for. That's okay. Might just draw and try to moshing here. Pat Tap is good. Hippo is decent. I don't know how good a Neos Informant is, honestly. We might just install some stuff and then try to draw different things next turn. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put the Aeneas down. Honestly, I'm not that familiar with Big Macs yet, and I'm not familiar with how good Aeneas Informant is. So I'm gonna err on the side of installing it rather than throwing it out. But I have experience. Like I know that it's quite good once you have Ma and Aeneas set up. So is this a hostile? It's a hostile. Okay. Nice. This is fine. So we can draw up and then play the moshing here. Discarding one. Paperclips, good. Paladin's good. So we can just go ahead and play the moshing if we want. We could also draw again. Deuces is really good, so we're not going to moshing that. So let's play the moshing for at least these two, and then we can either pitch the labor rights or the Polyp. And it's probably the labor rights, and then we just try to draw on, like, we'll probably find another copy of labor rights or the DJ Fenris, so let's just throw that out. We got a moshing back, and we'll just play the game. He's going to try to rush here, right? That's what Argus does. So, we want to try to go as fast as possible. And labor rights doesn't help us, whereas Polyp might. And if we make it all the way to the end of the deck and somehow we actually didn't get any of our labor rights, then Fenris, that's just unlucky. But if we keep the labor rights, that might hinder our ability to get there. Okay. Jamming an Atlas, and I only have a Paperclip. That's why we put another Ice, because this is probably not a barrier now. I've had worse. Moshing Overclock seems like a great play if we drew Icebreakers, but we didn't. We could go for Stargate, and then we get Econ Hard Hitting. Is that okay? Let's do it. Azif, Oaktown, Mausolus. Jackpot. But not really, because we're going to get hard hitting. And then we die. And we don't want to die. Oh boy. Okay. So we just take meat damage and hope we don't lose the deuces? And we give him the Mausolus, which isn't ideal, but we get 4 points if we do. So we pitch the Azif. No, we pitch the Oaktown and we steal the Azif. Yeah. We could also have hit the Mausolus. I don't know, I think I'm okay with just taking the points here. Ah, we lost the deuces. No. So we get double econ hard hitting, and then we... Yeah. I mean, if he has double econ hard hitting and high profile in hand, then we lose. Single econ hard hitting does tag us, but we can clear. Undo click. Are we not playing hard hitting? I'm confused. Oh, we're installing a naked 3-2? No, we're installing a spin. Okay. Sure. Oh. Top deck deuces. Why are we so good? Oh, why are we so good? Holy. So we just clear 4 here, right? Yeah. Because we have moshing. Like, next turn we play the moshing. We'll have to pitch overclocks, which is kind of unfortunate. We'll probably moshing, like, Palop, overclock, and something else. Or we might click one draw and try to moshing 2 different cards and keep the 2 overclocks. That'd be ideal. But if we can, like, moshing into a Liberated and then install Liberated with Paladin dollars, that would be what we're going for. No Liberateds in the bin, right? Oh, there's one. Double Laborites in the bin. 34 cards left. There's the spin. And then we just score Atlas. Right. I'd just score the Atlas here. Oh, we're icing. We are scared of the win button. But I don't think you should be. But we are. Take a credit, install new remote. We just top deck Liberated. Okay, so we could moshing, install Liberated, hit it twice. But we'd have to pitch Hippo to do that. And I'd rather not. Unless we pitch all the overclocks, and once again, I'd rather not. We get wrecked by Above the Law. I don't think he would install Above the Law naked, so let's draw. We can get rid of Mad Dash, that's fine. It is a point, but I think the overclock is worth more. Okay. No Above the Law, please. Yeah, this is good. Like, we'll just hit Liberateds for the next couple turns, and then we can install Hippo and then try to Stargate. And then hopefully he... Oh, it's a naked Rashida. Nice. Nothing we can do about that. Oh, here, let's do this. Just because I have a moment. Oh, that's not it. Alt. And then I can align that. There we go. Okay, scoring Atlas. Discarding 2. I could clear the Liberated and run the Spin Doctor. Or we could run Archives. Let's just run the Spin. And then we'll clear the Liberated and just pitch the Orchestra, which we actually don't have yet. And then we're ready to contest the remote if we need. And just because we burst up on credits, like, he's probably not going to jam next turn, which actually gives us the ability to hit another Liberated. Why Big Max when you can Big Wu? Giles was playing Big Wu against me yesterday, and I don't know. I haven't tried Big Wu. Maybe I try Big Wu. I've been pretty happy with my Congress Wu though. This deck, I've been pretty happy with this. So I don't know if I would play Big Wu over this. Although with that said, I haven't played Big Wu, so maybe. Okay, wow, we really are just jamming. Then I'll just overclock it, right? And then we get border controlled, but then that's all of his money and we have to go again. We could also just install Hippo and Stargate. Install Hippo, Stargate, overclock the remote. Is that a bad turn? I could also overclock the remote and then install Hippo and Stargate, but I'm probably trying to do too much with my clicks. Install Hippo Stargate is safer. Oh, but then we lose to Atlas Audacity, so I have to steal this. I could install Hippo and then overclock, just in case it's something that I want to get rid of. But also Mausolus. Like, the only thing I want to get rid of is border control. And I don't think it's border control. Because we had just gotten our paperclip, and he felt the need to reinforce it. Although, I probably can't read too much into that. Want an absolutely demented list? Send it. Yeah, let's see. Okay, let's just overclock a click one. Yeah, send the list. Let me know if it comes through. Yeah, okay, awesome. I'll take a look at that after this game. If this was border control, then we should have installed the Hippo first. Oh. Okay, we also should have just installed the Hippo then. Oh, but also he wouldn't res. Do we install Hippo and then run back? I kind of want to. How wrong is that? Very wrong, right? Wait. Okay, no, it's actually very wrong. So we'll just go through. Because then we might get border controlled. Actually, no, we won't get border controlled. What am I talking about? So we take a tag, we break it, and then we won't Hippo it because we didn't install the Hippo. But, like, if we didn't install the Hippo, he wouldn't have rezzed. So I'm actually kind of okay with this. He has no money. Like, we're not rezzing this, right? I'm just getting in and we're dealing with a price hack trigger. And then I can take tags and clear tags after trashing the price hack. This seems fine. We lost Hippo. Steal Oaktown. We have to take a tag here and then we clear 3 tags. I would love to take meat, but I think our cards are valuable enough. I'm going to open that in another tab. It's 56 cards. Pawn shop. Okay, so we're playing Reaver Harbinger, and we have the bin breakers as well with the Talu. Yeah, I was like, I never really got on board with the Toulouse Binbreaker Shaper setup. Too big to fail, hedge fund. Money. Hippo, that's also money. We've lost all 3 Liberates. DJ Fenris is still left in the deck. Let's just install money. I could try to pressure here, but we don't need to, I think. We're doing fine. If he jams in the remote and then puts a 3rd ice, then we install Hippo and Stargate. If he jams in the remote and doesn't put a 3rd ice, then we install Hippo and run the remote. So far in testing, it's done great against anything wide or rude, and not so great versus anything fast. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I can also see, like, just Big Wu just being overall really good. Because in theory, against things that are fast, you can use your ID ability to pick up the pieces that you need. But I think it's not actually the consistency of drawing programs, it's actually the consistency of drawing money that's the issue. Which is why in my 45 card version, it probably deals with people going fast a lot better. Because I think we both have Mayfly. Yeah, we both have 2 copies of Mayfly. Except my 3 copies of Overclock show up more often because I have 11 less cards. Okay, so this is... Oh, we drew I've had worse too. So good at this. So good at this. Love to see Reaver Wu. Spec work as extra procs of Aesop is neat. Yeah. See, this is why I'm like torn about about Big Max, is that sometimes your max draws just completely are OP. Because I drew the deuces that turn, I drew the liberated that other turn, and now we just top deck the I've had worse. This is fine. Let's just go. Like, we've got daily cast drip, we've got 2 hits on liberated. We might dip a bit low on credits here, but if we do, and we, like, a hard-hitting news sticks with Econ Warfares, we could potentially just go for accesses and try to find 1 more point. Border control. Okay. Yeah, we just come in here. Do I break for 2? We break for 1 and give him 1? We break for 1. If he pops the border control, that means he has Econ hard hitting in hand. Or one of the pieces, because he could Atlas for the other piece. Wu to get misdirection, clear 4 tags, spec work to save misdirection, and make $3 feels so broken. Oh, yeah, I love that. Even if it only happens 1 in 10 games. Yeah, I love that. Okay, let's go and steal this Oaktown. I wonder if we even just float 1 tag here, and we just hit the liberated. Okay, good. We lost the Hippo, though, which is unfortunate. But at least we hit the I've had worse. So we could hit the liberated instead of clearing the tag, or we could clear the tag. Let's clear the tag. If we hit the liberated and not clear the tag, we could die to triple high profile. Although I doubt Brandon is playing triple high profile. I like playing triple high profile, but I doubt Brandon's playing triple high profile. But this is okay, because if he goes Econ hard hitting, then we go to 3 credits. Daily cast gives us $2, so we go back up to 5. and then we can go like hit liberated, clear 3 tags, and then we'll end the turn with 1 tag, but we would have forced him to use the Atlas counter, like what just happened. We lost the Hippo, though. That's the saddest part. Do we have another one? We don't. We have DJ, though. We do have DJ. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. He might high profile us anyways, just to try to hit the DJ. That might be a play that he makes. Which would be fine. Because I think we still win this game without DJ and without labor rights. Rebirth is still somewhere. So he might think we have DJ and Rebirth in hand, or one or the other, and he might just play the high profile anyways. I think he will. I expect to get high profile this turn, just for damage. The Anise Informant has done us nothing. We haven't found a Maw, and if we had, it also would have done us nothing. Just because we never had the money for it, and we spent a lot of our time contesting like very surgical runs rather than just getting accesses for Maw. Honestly, I think that might actually be why you mean value meat isn't a meme. No, it's not a meme. See, this is what's happening right now. Brandon's asking Koshi what's in the bin, and Koshi's going to say, there are 3 labor rights in the bin, and then Brandon's going to say, is there a DJ? No. Is there a Rebirth? No. How many cards left are in the deck? 9. Okay, so we're going to play high profile and try to get it. But actually, we're just going to be rude and trash resources. Very rude. So that means we don't have high profile in hand, I guess. Because I think if we did, he would have gone for it. Okay, we could go for like Botulus DJ Run HQ eventually. This turn it might be Laundry Pad Tap Credit Clear Tag. Install non-connection cards, right? So I actually have to like cook a Botulus on HQ. Or we could cook it on R&D. That's probably better. Just because we have Stargate. But also it's Mausolus on R&D, right? Do we just go for the win here? Botulus R&D. Run. No. Install Maw? I don't know if I can install Maw. Yeah, exactly. The Paladin credits is the problem. How am I using Paladin credits? It can't be on DJ, because DJ is a connection. So I have to install Maw for 3 credits. And that doesn't seem like a good use of money right now. I don't know. I could Botulus R&D and run and Stargate. That kind of seems okay. It kind of seems okay. Because there's 2 news in the bin, so we might not even have the 3rd news. That's not a risk I need to take, is it? The thing is, if it's Mausolus on R&D, that's actually a fine risk. I think. I could also just have Paladin trash the Black Orchestra. We might just do that. Yeah. Because we're like, there's a Mausolus on R&D, and I think I can just botulus that over 2 turns. I'm not sure, to be honest. We're kind of running out of money. We never found our Rozekis this game. 1, 2. There's 1 Rozeki left in the bin. Isn't that dicey? 1 in 5 to hit the Fenris out of hand. What's dicey? The going for the Mausolus, and it's grinding out the rest of the HP either way. Yeah. Like going for Botulus Stargate. It is for sure. Installing Naked Rashida. I guess I have to laundry first. Oh, I don't have to laundry first. There's bad pub. Okay, then we check this. And if it's a Prisec, we could get hit. We could also install the DJ first. No, it's fine. Let's just go. Is this Prisec? Did we install Naked Prisec? No, right? Oh, it is. Uh-oh. Okay. Never punished. Never punished. I could Aeneas it for money. I could Aeneas it for money. I think we're going to. Just rerun it a couple more times. You have Aeneas. I'm going to say exactly. It's a 4 credit swing. I was quite lucky there. I mean, it was a 50-50. But these other cards are really good. And I even I called the Prisec too. I don't know. I think I checked that though. It's a good play. Okay, let's clear this tag. And let's put a Botulus. Choose a card to host Botulus. This ice, $2. There's a Rebirth left in our deck still, is there? No, there isn't. It's in the bin. This is getting tight. It's getting a little too tight. If he has news, it lands. But at the same time, it costs him a bunch of money to news. So if we get newsed here, we might just Stargate and try to win. Because we're not, clearing the tags, I think we lose if that happens. Because we can't clear all the tags. So we just get high profile and we lose our 2 cards. And if he is double high profile, we lose. That's interesting. We were doing quite well. There's probably a point in this game where I could have where I misplayed. And that's why we're here. Credit, hard hitting. Yeah, okay. So Mausolus can be rezzed on R&D. And I could make a play for deuces with DJ. No, we can't. Okay, so I can either take a credit and clear 3 tags, which is a game-losing play, Or we could do something like install ma, run HQ, and then hit Stargate. Or we could like actually just run this prisec. Install ma, run HQ, hit Stargate, run archives. That's probably the turn. We're installing ma on the last turn of the game. That seems correct. Unless it isn't, because let's see, we spend $3. We have 2 bad pub. So we can't break a Whoredom. We can't break a Whoredom. So if we go for Stargate first, then it's a bit better. Because then we can actually guarantee that we can Stargate. So yeah, so we go for Stargate first. Because before installing ma, we can definitely get in. And then, depending on the result of this, we can figure out what to do afterwards. Because we could, like, if we Stargate and we don't find an agenda, then we could do something like run the prisec for $2, and then install ma, and then run HQ. Last click. Oh. Really? So if I can break this, do I go for that? Oh wait, no, I can't. Never mind. So I guess that just fires? Is there any DJ Fenner's tricks? No. No, there is not. This just fires, right? 3, 6, and I'm 2 credits short. And there's nothing I can do about that. So install MK. I guess I don't. That sucks. I think you still install MK. We were full on MU, so it didn't matter. Lost the Stargate, lost the paperclip. That seems wrong, because now we have a botulus. I think you should have trashed the Stargate and the botulus and kept the paperclip. Anyways, install ma, run HQ twice. We also got pad tap money there. So I could like run R&D now, but for 1 access. Imagine you could let the 2 credits self fire, then use the pad tap dollars to break the rest. Yeah. I wish. Okay. Border control. We hit a different card, and it's probably the high profile, right? Right. Do we run the do we run here for money? We go check archives? It's a 50-50 if we run HQ or run R&D. Or archives. Let's check archives. High profile? Or agenda. One or the other. Either works. High profile. Nice. Very nice. Is it good enough, though? That's the question. You know, if I win this game after having mod the high profile... Oh, we found it. No! Oh... That's so interesting. There's probably a point there that I misplayed. Because we were in a very good spot, and we managed to... You did this to yourself. The archer. Where I went wrong. Where did I go wrong? Running HQ instead of clearing tags. Running HQ instead of clearing tags. When we got newsed and then we stargated. When did we run HQ instead of clearing tags? When I did that, to be honest. After installing Maw. What? I only had 2 clicks left after installing Maw. I don't live if I do that. Install Maw, I had 2 clicks left and I had 4 tags and I had 2 cards in hand. I don't live if I do that. But I think if there was a place that I went wrong, it would have been earlier in the game. Probably on the last turn because he only had 2 credits to play 1x high profile. No, but I had 2 cards in hand. Oh! So the turn goes res archer, and then I clear 3 tags. How much money did I have? 5? I went to 7, and then I clear 3 tags, and I go to $1. And then I have 1 tag, and they can only play 1 high profile. And then I live for a turn. But that's the issue, right? Like, I can't... I live for a turn, and I'm at 0 credits, and he's on 2? I'm on 1 credit, and he's on 2. But then how am I winning after that? Like, nothing actively gives me money. So I have to... And I've lost my Stargate. So I have to try to fish something out of HQ after he draws them into hand and I use my botchless to get into HQ. I guess that's fine. Yeah, I guess like I was really scared of the fact that I could just get high profiled anyways, and then I lose the DJ Fenris. But I really wasn't ever going to get back to a good money position anyways. So we just play like a really, really scrappy end of the game where I have 6 points and he has 2. And all 3 newses are gone. So he has to try to... He has 2 spin doctors left, so you get the spin doctors and you try to rebuild while I have nothing. But the only thing I do have is 6 points. And I'm just trying to find 1 more access. But that 1 more access has to come out of HQ. Because I'm just sitting there... Like, let's assume I keep my Maw, and he plays the high profile, and we lose, like, DJ and Rizeki. So... Because I think you should value high profile there. So then we try to, in next turn, install the Maw, run HQ. And if I clear the tags, I'm okay. Yeah. You now can clear 3 tags where you couldn't before. I do agree with you there. That there had to be some other unknown point in the game where the game slipped away. I feel like you also could have botulist R&D instead, or sat back a little bit to get Fenris Maw on table and stabilize a bit before shooting for the win. I thought about that, but the ice on R, like there was already 2 ice on R&D when I put the botulist down, and I didn't have money, I didn't have drip, like I was just relying on the pad taps and Aeneas Informants, which isn't enough, and the Paladin. That doesn't quite get you there. And the problem is, I didn't have money left. Like, I had the 1 Rizeki, so install Rizeki, and then try to DJ eventually. After you chewed up his Atlas token, I wonder if you could have slowed down a bit more. Because after the Atlas token, we went hit Liberated, clear 3 tags, and then he went and trashed Liberated and Daily Cast, which I think was more aggressive than he needed to be. Yeah, I'll have to. That'll be a game I'm gonna look back at and see where in the mid game I could have done differently. But yeah, the last turn was interesting. Instead of installing Maw, I could clear 3 tags. That's true. And then we just play for the last agenda. Yeah. Yeah, we have so many games. We have 24 games. That's so good. So happy about that. Oh yeah, I was looking at this. So just to talk about this a bit more, I think, let's turn this off. I think this suite is a bit of a hard sell, but I guess it works well with Pawn Shop and like Reaver and Harbinger. So it makes sense with this shell. Aesop's, Reaver, Harbinger. Rizeki's in here too. So you got 4 MU. And you're trying to have Rizeki, Reaver, and then breakers as you need them. I like the Clot. Always like to have Clot and Shaper. Vyarcation. Oh wow. Okay, so we've got so we're playing Big Wu, but we have 3 Proco, 3 Vyarcation, and 3 Diesel. Whereas I don't have the Vyarcations, so I guess that just goes to 53. But Vyarcation's nice. Like, it synergizes well with the icebreakers, which is nice. And you got draw with spec work too. I can see why this is very appealing. Yeah. Flameout could be good here as well. Yeah. Flameout's very nice with the bin breakers. I agree with that. Also, just for setup early, like installing a flameout to SMC your Reaver. Yeah, it seems cool. One thing that I noted was that I don't play a lot of Harbinger Wu, so I never really practiced or got to know when you want to use your ID to pull a program out for tempo or for just resources. Because if you have a pawn shop down, like, you wouldn't really woo out like a way of getting out Harbinger, I don't think. There's just a lot of lines. A lot of lines with Wu. When you have a click ability as your ID, there's a lot of lines. Mayfly may be also worthwhile. Yeah, there's 2 in here. You can Wu onto Flameout and use that to prevent the RFG. It's big Wu. You can just keep jamming cards into the list. And can Wu Harbinger and spec work it right away? Yes. Yes. Wooing Harbinger and spec working. Although I think MK is more appealing right away. Because you actually get your Wu discount, so you pay $1 and then you spec work it. But then Harbinger's good too, because Harbinger installs itself face down and you can pawn it. Yeah, this seems fun. Should I try it? Let's try it. Or I could do it next week. I don't know. Do I play more Big Max? Where's Big Max? Let's play some Shaper. Let's try some Shaper. Export. Not a corp deck. Woo. KK. Oh, okay, wait. Are we putting flameouts in here? I feel like we should. Are we just jamming 3 flameouts in here to go to 59? 2 flameouts? 3 flameouts? We could put a rejig in here for you can Woo for MK and Harbinger, overriding the MK with Harbinger and get both. That's fair. Should we put a rejig in here? Because you can rejig flameout, and rejig is also just a thing that helps you install something. Like you Woo for Reaver and then rejig it. You could drop 1 overclock if you have flameouts. Can you? Yeah. Okay. So we'll play 58. Let's drop an overclock and play flameouts. Okay, let's do this. I need to, what am I supposed to do with this? Export? No. Download? How do I copy this into my decks? Oh, actually, no. How do I copy this into my decks? Is there no copy into decks button? Download. Okay, we're gonna do this the hard way. So go to my decks, we go to import, go to copy paste. Let's do this. Let's go Cabo Nesta. Let's start with that. Let's hit save. Let's go to edit. And we're going to take out I don't know why it's doing that. That's fine. We're taking out a copy of Overclock and we're putting in 3 copies of Flameout. And save. Okay. And we can there we go. We have set up what we need to do. And let me just pull up the deck list on here. Nice. I'm excited. We'll play some Big Wu. 58. It's not quite 60. You know, maybe we should just make it 60. Just so that we're just playing 60 card decks today. Okay. Let's play against Alex. Alex told us to put the flameouts in here. So this is the part where we get like, ooh, this is a hand. This is a hand. Let's keep that. That's really good. So I'm expecting Rush built to last. I'm expecting an Atlas here. We just do this. Seems fine. We don't want to install the resource in case this is above the law. So you'd rather install the Rezekis? This is a great start. Pawn Shop, fine. Reaver, fine. The Ashes, fine. We're looking for spec work. We're looking for Harbinger's okay. I just contest that though, right? This is NGO friend? It's a weird NGO friend. Right? I'm just contesting this. You just install Flameout, Wu out a Mayfly and run. A cat. Sure. And because we're Shaper, we have misdirection. It's Vladgrid. Nice. Very nice. But that's fine though. We just draw here, right? The first time you trash an installed card each turn, and Mayfly trashes. So we should have installed the Reaver first. It's a little sad. Let's draw. Misdirect in hand. Okay. So we have protection against news, although we're probably not on news because Vladgrid's 4 influence. There's hats flying in the sky. My goodness. What are we doing? What are we doing, Alex? What are we doing? What is that? Did I just woo out my other Mayfly now? Double advance seems like the biggest bait in the world. Unless this is a 5-3. Why did we double advance? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Install Reaver, install Mayfly, run. And then he has to like Vladgrid onto the Aket. Which is annoying. Which is quite annoying. But also you wouldn't double advance. What is happening? Somebody tell me what's happening. Let's just draw. We're going to ignore this. Diesel's good. If I play that, I go to 8 cards and I install one, I go to 7 and I have to pitch 2 cards. Sure, that's fine. Proco. I can install Reaver and pitch these 2. Draw a card. What is happening? Okay, so we have some good upgrades, and we have good money, and we don't have agendas. That's what's going on with the corp. put a third advancement on a Ket, and put an upgrade on R&D. Ooh. We have another Rizeki and another DZMZ. So let's do that, I guess. And then we just put the SMC down so we can plot the score. Okay. We're going to advance anyways, because we installed CVS. That's fine. And it's a sandbox. Okay. That's fine. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. When has this happened? So here's why I'm laughing. We purged with the CVS, and then we scored the sandbox, and when we scored the sandbox, we purged again, but since it wasn't the first time we purged this turn, we don't get the money. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we need like our bin breakers out, so we can't really do anything. Beth is good. So we just like install Proco, hit Proco. Seems slow. But also if we advance, we'll just Mayfly in there. So that's fine. Tulu is appealing. We'll just put the Beth down. I like this deck. The Flameouts does make it a lot easier, I think. Okay, if we double advance the Vlad Grid this turn, then I'm going to Mayfly and run it. If we don't, that would be ideal because then I can install the daily cast, and play the creative, and then we can set up to run it next turn. But if we do, it's also fine because we just Mayfly onto the Flameout and go. Yeah, the Flameouts really make this work quite well. Okay, what's happened? Hedge fund, double advance. Okay, so we have to run. It's fine. So we woo out Mayfly, run, trash the Vlad Grid. Woo out Mayfly, run, trash the Vlad Grid, and then install daily cast, play creative. We could also install Cyber Trooper to get Oh no, never mind. It's an AI. We could just use paperclip, honestly. Instead of using Mayfly, we just use paperclip just to get it into the bin. Because it's actually costing us an equal amount. Oh, actually less, because if we install Cyber Trooper. We don't have bad pub, right? So this costs me 2, so I have to take $1. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Oh, wait. I have flame out money. What am I doing? And the run. Fire. Placing a token on there. And then this has to be on another card in the root of this server that you can advance. So we can't do anything with that. So I'm going to pay for and trash this. Oh, and then I get a Reaver trigger. And then we play this. And then we trigger Flameout. And I don't know why there are other prompts there. Okay. It's a very cool match. The double Rizeki start was really good. The bin breakers are like, it's a very different dynamic than my list, because my list plays breakers that stay on the board. Well, we're not even there yet. Install double advance. Fine. We just take this turn doing nothing. So hit this. I think we install SMC there, install Daily Cast, install Pawn Shop, and then at the end of their turn, we pop the SMC for a Harbinger, and then we Aesop's the Harbinger at start of turn. Yeah, we don't have action. There's no simul chip on the board. The clot's in the bin. We don't have a second clot, so there's not much we can do here. Scoring a Zeef. Losing Pawn Shop and SMC. Both cards we didn't need, so that's good. Let's pop this for... We drew the M Mayfly. We could install MK, actually, and then just go ahead and pawn that instead of the Harbinger. And then we can try to draw a Harbinger. No, we'll just install Harbinger. It's fine. Take clicks. Let's trigger Beth first. Ooh. So we can woo out Mayfly next. Or not Mayfly, MK? Reaver? Eliashes, and we'll click no. Okay. I could even deep dive now, but let's not. We can be patient. So let's install MK. Let's spec work MK. let's install simulchip and then take $1. Actually, no, we should actually, well, I mean, we could just, let's just do this. We'll just install the, oh wait, what? Oh. Wait, what? I used it to pop SMC before my turn. Yeah, no, I didn't use SMC this turn. Okay, so let's take $1 back, take a click back, and do that. Yeah, this is fine because I didn't use it this turn. Thinking. Okay, so this is the other reason why we installed the Mayfly, is so we can actually just simulchip it away. If I contest that, I think we have to contest that, right? Because I can't let Nazif get scored. So let's pop the simulchip. I kind of want to keep the Mayfly, but I probably also shouldn't. But I kind of want to. Just so that the... Yeah, this might be wrong. We're going to lose a Rizeki for this. Because I'm going to run this turn. Advance and ice on HQ. Interesting. Okay, let's trigger Beth. Let's trigger Aesops for this face down Harbinger. Let's trigger Out of the Ashes and say no. And then we go ahead and run this click 1. Because we gain a turn here. We run this, and then even if this isn't an agenda, he has to purge next turn. Which he'll happily do because it only costs him... oh, do I install Paperclip here? No. Because I'd have to lose a program, so no. It's tempting. It's very tempting. Because he has to purge next turn, which gives us a turn where there's nothing in the remote. And then with that, we can deep dive next turn. Advancement going on HQ, fine. Hopefully this is an agenda as well. Oh, it's a hostile. Okay, nice. Do we install Flameout? I think we install Chip for sure. Flameout is a thing that we can pawn shop. So I don't think we actually install the other Flameout. Oh, but we can just pawn shop the daily cast instead. Yeah, let's install a new Flameout. Why not? This could potentially save us some money, because if there's like something super expensive that we have to use flameout credits for, it's just good to have. So yeah, okay, so we're purging here. So we take a Beth draw. We will take all of our money first, and then we will take Reaver value, yeah. We will pawn the daily cast for a Harbinger, and we'll use Out of the Ashes to run R&D. Just to check if this is border control, because we want to know right away. It's a Mausolus, so we will install Black Orchestra. And then I think I just host it on the Flameout, and we'll just use Flameout credits. Oh. Wait. I don't need to do this at all. Wait. I don't need to do that. Okay, you have to purge again. That's fine. Start turn. Take clicks. Beth. Aesop's. I screwed that up. Okay, so then I hit the cast. Rizeki, the Ashes, R&D. That was messy. I wasn't gonna, yeah, just manual +2, yeah. Okay, Orchestra. Break. The net damage and the tag. Fire the credit. Bin breakers with cyber troopers, quite good. It's quite good. Correct. Yeah, because I don't need to. It just cost me 3. I was like, if it costs me 6, then I will use it. Let's trash the NGO because we can use that for clot bait, and we don't want that. Let's run HQ, and then let's deep dive. Oh. Do I want to give him money? I guess not. I guess using the Flameout was the correct play. Although I was expecting this to be a Ket, not a triple advanced Mausolus, so... we'll take an Atlas, though. Then we give him $4 free. Then we deep dive and win the game. Nothing. There's a preemptive. I suggest not the Sapper. Okay, we'll just trash the NGO. Pay click to access additional card? No. Do we play the other deep dive? There's just like a bunch of agendas in HQ, right? I think I'd do it. Let's play the other deep dive. Yeah, we'll just pick up an Atlas. This is fine. Flat Grid, Atlas, Preemptive, Cat, Atlas, Mausolus, Hedge Fund, Pharaohs. Q missed triggers at OTG? Oh no. That's so true. That's so true. I don't know. I think like if I do end up playing Wu of some sort, that's probably the most triggers there will be is if I play Wu, and I think I'd be able to manage that. Just because I play a lot of Shaper. Beth, Pawn Shop, Black Orchestra, Proco. So I can like... Then we have Pantograph as well. So we have a bunch of MU here. We lost our Rozeki by choice. And I don't think we're ever going to get that back. Just because it's not worth a simul chip. I think we run HQ here. Virus Suite, VOD, Grid, Trigger Light. Okay, so I think we hammer HQ here. So Beth click, Rozeki, and then we're gonna pawn this. We have another simul chip, and then we go and run HQ. Break for 6. Yes. Hello? Why is this not clicking? Did I disconnect? I'm still live, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Agenda? Install MK Ultra. That's not the prompt I wanted to see. Yeah, I guess so. Break it. Trash it. Run again. I do think this is worth it. I think there's something else in here. We might give him $3 this time though. Net damage, tag ETR, give you $3. We get Beth click. It's fine. It's another sapper. Oh yes. I did trash the first one, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. This is fine. Let's... I don't even think we play these cards. Because we have a cast left. Yeah, okay. We'll gamble. Or, not gamble. Whatever that is. Spec work is good here. And then overclocks are good for the remote. So then we play the gamble. And we just pitch a bunch. We don't need Pawn Shop. We don't need Proco. We don't need VR. And this is fine. Zapper is cracked OP. We're giving him the opportunity to drop back up here. Which is a bit sad. It's a bit sad that we're giving that opportunity. Let's trash the MK. We'll pick up a creative. We can go ahead and overclock the remote. Problem is the deep dives didn't win us. Maybe playing the second deep dive was a little bit too much. But we did find an agenda. I think we're doing fine. I just have to keep tabs on the remote. Install for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cost me $5, so we can play the overclock. Install the paperclip, which cost me $1. We break for $2, and we break the second one for $2 as well. And run. And I think I can keep this up. Like I can just run this remote every turn, and that shouldn't be an issue. Rashida, trash it. There is another flame out in the deck that I would love. but this is fine. Credit, 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 creative. This is fine. The remaining 2 cards are agendas. Are they? Wait, are you telling me that with... It sounds like you're very confident. The reason I ran that turn twice is because I think there's another agenda in HQ. Because we deep dived and we saw nothing, and then we deep dived again and we saw 2 atlases. And what? Like, there's only 2, 4, 6, 8. We've seen 9 points out of 18. And we know, as of a couple turns ago, that there was another atlas in R&D, so there's 11. So there's like 7 other points somewhere, and the chances are decent that they were in hand. And also, Alex just tried to bait a clot, and I was talking, and I missed it. Oh, we're so good. We're so good. I still run that, right? Do we have spin doctors in the stack? I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, I'm still gonna run this. I just missed the fact that he was letting us clot. But we'll still run this, even though this is probably nothing. Like, we're gonna get to the bottom and it's gonna be an NGO, but it's fine. Because as I said, I think we can just keep this up. Like, I'm gaining money every turn, even though I'm running. I'm actually gaining a lot of money every turn. And yeah, I'm playing the overclock, but it's fine. NGO? Vladgrid? It's a good run, I guess. And then I can just click for 4. If he jams again, I have to clot. Icing HQ makes sense. Double advancing. Beth, Rizeki, Pawn Shop, the Paperclip, draw a Flame Out, and then we're just going to click for 5. And then next turn we're going to pawn the Flame Out and install a new Flame Out. Okay, so we have to silent chip the Reaver here, actually. Where's the clot? There it is. We don't need the Reaver anymore. There's 2 cards left. Ice, advancing HQ, that's fine. Take clicks. Beth, Rizeki. I could just trigger Pawn Shop first. We're going to pawn that. We're going to run the remote. And then we're going to install another simulchip. Basically what we're doing here is we're just going to run the remote as many times as we have clot. And then once the number of clots we have is gone, then we can just hammer HQ 4 times and we'll probably win. Second advancement. So this is NGO front. That's fine. Yeah, like this is totally fine. Like I can just keep this up. Install this, install this, install this, take $1. I should hit Proco. It's fine. We'll draw the cards eventually. Gotta be Vlad, right? Yeah, like they're all just baits. They're all just baits. But as I said, like I'm totally fine sitting here and playing that game until we run out of simulchips. So let's do that. Because I have 5 points. Like there's no way, like he's gonna jam here and then I simulchip for another clot. and then I run it, and then he has to take clicks, pawn shop the face down Harbinger, run the remote. Ferris is fine. $2. And the run. Let that fire. Advance the Ferris. Like next turn, assuming this is nothing. Okay, it's a hostile, that's fine. So now I can either run HQ now, just because I have a ton of money to dump. And he has 4 cards in hand. I think I do run HQ now. Theros. So if I pay 7, and then I pay 3, 6, 9, and then I run again. That kind of seems okay. I do dump a lot of my money though. Thinking. Okay, so if I spend 7 here, we go to 39. I install Black Orchestra, we go to 36. Break, we go back, we go to 29. And then we go to 26 for 2 accesses. Yeah, it's fine. It's a hell of a first game with this deck. We want this to be on Flameout. We want to... Actually, we just pay 3. We just give them money. Because the thing is, like, he doesn't have the clicks to be installing ice, so we're actually okay with this. Okay, we found it. Yeah. How many in hand, though? Above the law, okay. The double sapper. We want to ask if if it was 2 agendas. Oh, it was there! Who said that? Indecency? The remaining 2 cards are agendas. It's an educated guess. It was a good guess. And you missed them on a 50-50 and then a 66-33. And hope I spelled that right. Yeah. The double sapper turn. There was already Atlas above the law in hand. No way. So I should have just ran back. Except if I ran back that turn, it would have been really expensive. Because I was just spending flameout credits, but if I wasn't spending flameout credits, that would have been... It was probably like... I guess it was just Mausolus, but... Yeah. The flameouts are great inclusion. Great inclusion. The VRs seem okay. So I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, the VRs seem okay. I think if I can just get the Reaver out very early, then you don't need the VRcations. Like, it seems like there's actually a lot of draw in here. Between spec work, VR, Diesel, and the Reaver, like, I think we could just cut at least one copy of VR. You normally play so safe from this sort of position. I do. But also, it's like, it's okay if you let one through because he's only on 4 points. If he's on 5, then it's actually like a game win threat. But if it's not a game win threat, then you can let a couple go. Yeah. It's rough that having RLC to install this. It's rough not having RLC to install the CDS. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Blood is a lot of info. Is this the Congress Wu? No, this is... Okay, so... This is Bridgman, by the way. Yeah, so I was just gonna say, if you didn't say yo dog, then I might not have guessed. But with that, I was like, okay, this is Bridgman. But also, don't you have a different Twitch account? You have like a Smurf Twitch account? Is that what's going on? We've got a Twitch Smurf. This is the one? No, really? I swear I've seen you on a different Twitch account before. Huh. No, this isn't Congress Wu. This was a list that was sent to me earlier in the stream, and it's like a big Wu that we were just trying. It seems good. I like it. It's got pretty much the same thing that the Congress Wu is trying to do, except it has the bin breaker package rather than the installing breakers on the board. In some ways, it actually feels stronger. Let me open up Congress Wu. Oh, here it is. No falsifieds, because we need to spend the influence on breakers, and on Harbinger and on Reaver. So there's no falsifies, no light the fire, no pull up. So I guess like this deck is a bit more susceptible to upgrades. Yeah, I guess that's kind of an issue, because the way that I played Congress Wu is you play remote lock like we did this last game, and then you win with deep dive. And the problem is, if you play remote lock and then you play deep dive and then you don't win with deep dive, then the game actually gets kind of hard because you don't have any other multi-access. So you're just going for single accesses and you're going for the remote once your deep dives get played. So you really need to be very strong on the remote so that you can get enough points and ensure that deep dive wins you the game. I think the economy of this deck is stronger than what I have, just because you just have more stuff that gives you money and more tempo, right? Like Reaver, Pawn Shop, Harbingers, your breakers cost less to install, and they increase strength, which I would say kind of just is a wash in a way, because if I have Unity Revolver Paperclip down, that's pretty efficient anyways. The flameouts were really good. The VRcations I think can get cut, so we can maybe go down to like one VRcation Although it wasn't that good. Like, I only played one game, so it's not that much of a sample size. And we started with the game with DZMZ double Rozeki. And then I found the Reaver pretty quickly. But I think most of the time you prioritize getting your Reaver out anyways. So I don't know, like maybe you play 2 Verications. But I think the deck has too much draw. And then, you know, people will be like, oh, there's no such thing as too much draw. Which might be true. Honestly, you might even be able to just cut Proco. Maybe that's what you do. You play 3 Verications and you just cut the Procos. Because you have Spec Work, VR, Diesel, Reaver. And Proco is just too slow. Maybe that's it. Because we installed Proco that game, but it didn't really do much. This deck has way more late game econ. So you can afford to make bad runs without falsified. But yeah, got us in with dives if remote is locked. Gotta win with dives. Nice typo. If remote is locked. Yeah, like I'm imagining, like if you play this against PD, you just really have to. I don't know, like what do you do against PD? A PD player who sets up a like 2 ice on the remote and puts Skunk Void in there. You don't have an answer to Skunk Void aside from just throwing money at it, and that might be fine. That might be enough. But considering the speed at which PD plays at, that's probably not good enough. It's not a bad win con, though, versus PD. It's just play deep dive. Yeah. Control the remote a little, then pivot to deep dives. Yeah, and you just, like, hope that seeing 8 is enough. Or I guess seeing 16. Which is usually enough. Yeah, I think you cut the Procos in here. We don't need the Procos. The 1 Beth is good. I might even play 2. Like, even in my 46 card, I have 2 Beths. I was considering playing, like, maybe 3rd DZMZ is actually better than the 3rd Pantograph. But there's a lot of things you can do with Pantograph. But getting the discount is also pretty nice. In just comparing the 2 lists. Rozeki, Misdirect, Double Mayfly, 2 Overclock. Yeah, I think this looks good. And I would try the deck like this without the Procos. I think you try and lock them from scoring without the upgrades. I may not have noticed, but you didn't seem to click Proco that much. Yeah, I didn't. But then pivot centrals once the upgrades are down. Yeah, like Arizona. I think that's what you have to do. Is you pressure the remote, and then once they get the remote down, then you have to go and deep dive. But that's kind of, you also have to have drawn the deep dive by then. But that's just how it goes. Yeah, with no remote, because this deck can handle the remote a bit better. With Light the Fire, with Palop. The money isn't as explosive, but the money's still solid. It's not as explosive, but it's still solid. This deck has a lot more money. That's interesting. Yeah, I might try this a bit more. Maybe we'll play this. Maybe we'll play this again next week. I think I have to call things here though. I'm just gonna check if I have time for one more game, because I would like to play this deck again. This deck seems good. Oh yeah, okay. Let's look at how many times we hit Proco. Oh, Alex, are you still in the game? You are. Can I look at the... Oh, wait, no. If you're still in the game, I can just rejoin it. Control F. Professional. Let's search contacts. That's a shorter word to type. So we installed Proco on turn 6. And then we hit it 8 times. All the way. And the game ended on turn 19. So Proco was on the board for 13 turns. And we hit it. Oh, no, we didn't hit it 8 times. Because we also discarded it. So there's 1. There's 2. So it showed up in the chat 2 times. So what is that? 8 minus 2 is 6. So we hit the Proco 6 times. Problematic with no extra clicks for deep dive. We have extra clicks. We've got 1 Beth and 1. We've got 1 Beth and one out of the ashes. That's good enough. That's good enough. I would like 2 Beth maybe. Like, I can see you putting a second Beth here. And you just go to 56 cards. I can see that. Because Beth is really strong. Yeah, so it might be something like this. And we'll save it like that at 56. Yeah, we hit the Proco 6 times. So we installed it. And then we clicked it 6 times. So instead of installing it, we could have just clicked for a credit and we would have had the same effect. Actually, like there were certain times at the end there where we hit the Proco and we didn't even need to. Right? Like we just hit the Proco here. I guess we played creative. So it did get us a card and a credit and we played creative. But we were holding like Viercations, Beckwork. I think we discarded a Viercation as well. Like we have so much draw. So yeah, so the Proco can definitely go. If I go to my deck builder, 6:15. Do I have time for another game? 5. No, because I gotta eat. Yeah. I'm gonna scroll up to find who sent me this. Wentagon. Okay, I'm gonna change the name to Rube Goldberg. And I hope that's okay. Okay. And then I put in another Beth. We put the flameouts in, we cut an overclock, we're gonna cut the Procos, and that gets us to 56. Yeah, this seems good. I will play this more, either during the week or probably and next week's stream, depending on what happens throughout the week. I might do something else next week, but we'll see. Not quite, because you get the cards. No. So I assume that means you're referring to what I said about the Proco. It's equivalent to just taking a credit. It is equivalent because if I hit the Proco 6 times, I essentially net $1 because I had to pay 5 for the Proco, right? So I had to pay a click and $5 for the Proco, and then the first 5 times you click the Proco, you essentially just spent a click installing Proco for 0 because you just get the money back. So then the next click, I gained $1. So I actually gained $1. Yeah, like the 6th time you click it, you gain $1. So it was equivalent to clicking for $1 and then drawing 6 cards. But either way, yeah, there's too much draw in this deck. I don't know, maybe we'll try it and then I find out there's not enough and then we end up putting some stuff back. But yeah, I'm gonna try this. This looks good. Okay, with that, we're approaching the 5 o'clock for me, and I have to get going. You're also down the click card to install it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, U.S. Nationals is July 8th? 9th? July 9th. But I start my trip I'm going to LA on June 30th. So at the very least, like I won't be streaming that week. So on June 31st, I won't stream, and then on July 8th, I won't be able to stream because I'll be out of town. But I'll mention that again closer to. Maybe I'll make a video and then I'll schedule that video for during U.S. Nationals. That'd be cool. Because I'll have my decks prepared by then and locked in. So I might maybe, no promises, but I might make a little video before US Nats, just talking about my decks, and then I can schedule the release for during US Nats. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. One other thing to mention is there was that YouTube video by Shut Up and Sit Down that has brought up a lot of new players, and that's been really cool. If anybody hasn't gone and watched that and gave it a like, go do that, because it will increase the interaction with that video, and it might get recommended to more people. I've personally talked to somebody who came into the GLC Discord and was looking for somebody to play with, and it was really nice. I asked them about their how they, after they watched the YouTube video, here's what they did. They went onto the Nisei website. How easy was it to find things? And they said it was relatively easy. So that was really good to hear. And yeah, there's people coming in and playing the game, and that's really exciting. So that's something that have been doing and will be doing more of this week as well, is whenever there's people pinging in GLC for a mentor, I'll try to respond to that when I have a chance. Okay. Yeah, that's it. There was something at the start of this video that I'll need to try to cut down, so I'll try to figure out how to do that. So I don't know if the VOD will be up that quickly, just because I'm going to try to cut that out. But yeah. Okay, thanks everybody, and I will see y'all next week.